Hi, my name is Don Maheny. I'm the owner and operator of Scratch Food and Beverage. Scratch Food and Beverage was formed in November of 2015 with a mission to create a space where friendly paths intersect so that for our neighbors, the whole world could come to look like home for a time. And what we've found since then is that our vendors, our staff, and our guests, every one of them when they cross the threshold, really feel uncommonly at ease and themselves. All the defenses start to break down. A lot of that had to do with who we hired and how we decided we were going to present ourselves to everybody, with our arms wide open and always wanting to bring more and more people through that front door. About 2 years ago, I had the pleasure of meeting Sloan Davidson and immediately found a kindred spirit, somebody who was very interested in finding a way to make it so that everybody around her felt at ease, no matter what their background was, no matter what their history was. And I came to find out about this organization that Sloan had funded called Hello Neighbor, and my heart just melted. It was the most amazing thing in the world to know that there was an organization right here in Pittsburgh that really wanted to connect people from the region to people who were coming to the region from all around the world, and create that very same space that I wanted to create in my own restaurant, no matter where they were. And as it happens, in the time of COVID, we're finding ourselves having to create that space in our restaurant outside of the four walls. And so I'm offering you today an opportunity to take a drink to your neighbor and help create that space as well. So we're gonna build a cocktail called The Last Lemonade. And this cocktail, if you're gonna make it at home, you need a few very simple tools and ingredients. The first is vodka. This is an Ardent Union vodka that we use here. Ardent Union likes to call it the gin drinker's vodka because it has a lot of body and a lot of flavor to it. It pairs really well with the second ingredient, our lemon pink peppercorn shrub. And for those of you who don't know what shrubs are, they're just drinking vinegars. We take some of the products of things that we were making in the kitchen and we put them in a container with vinegar and let that go for quite some time. A mother is formed and this really wonderful, bright, effervescent ingredient for a cocktail or a standalone beverage results. You're gonna need some eggs. If you don't wanna use eggs, if you want this drink to be vegan, you can substitute aquafaba, or you can just skip it all together. It'll just be a little bit less of a body to the cocktail when it's finished. We're gonna finish it in a Nick and Nora glass. Anything up would be preferable, but again, if you wanna put it over ice, you can do so. And you'll need 2 strainers, one for the shaking tin that you're gonna be doing some work in, and one to pour through to the cocktail at the end. So let's make this summer's last lemonade. We're gonna start with a tin, and we're going to remove an egg white from this egg. I typically do this with my bare hands, because why not? You shift the egg back and forth and allow the yolk to separate from the egg, and then discard. You can use it later for lots of other applications we can talk about in another video. We're gonna add to that egg 1 ounce of this shrub. And 2 ounces of our friend Ardent Union vodka. Now we're going to do what's called a dry shake to bring some body to the cocktail. It's a really vigorous shake. And you want to do it until you can actually hear a difference of what's going on inside the tin. You can actually hear it start to foam and bring that body to the cocktail. Then we are going to add a good bit of ice and shake it once more. This time to cool the drink off and properly dilute it. When you shake a cocktail cold like that, sometimes a vacuum seal will form, making it difficult to separate. And so now we're going to double strain the cocktail you can see how it has a nice bit of body and foam to it. Let all of it come through the strainer. Set that aside. You're gonna finish with a garnish of a pink peppercorn. And that is a drink you can take to your neighbors. If you wanted to do it without alcohol, the process is very similar, insofar as you are going to highlight the shrub, pouring again 1 ounce. I like to go straight into a glass with this, and then take an ice cold soda water and just add it to that glass until you're about 3/4 of the way full. You can add ice if you like, it's just not my personal preference. Also, a great drink to take to your neighbor. Thank you for supporting Hello Neighbor, and please enjoy the rest of Home Sweet Home.